On today's third and final episode of Anime Afterthought, Black Clover Ending 12, A Walk by Gakuto Kajiwara. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, you may be a fan of Black Clover, seeing how he voices Asta. I mean, yeah, this is Kajiwara. I mean, let me first state that this dude is a multi-talent. I mean, this dude obviously is a great voice actor, can speak pretty fluent English, and the dude has legit pipes. I mean, we've already heard him in a Black Clover opening, or at least a kind of Black Clover opening. Squishy Black Clover, the little chibi offshoot of the main series. Kajiwara, as well as Shimazaki, the voice of Yuno, Clover X Clover, was responsible for the song Possible. I mean, like I said, the dude's legit, and even rumor has it now that he's kind of thinking about pursuing a musical career. Hey, good on you. Honestly, good on you. But to see he's actually getting a chance to showcase himself in an ending is pretty badass. So without further ado, let's go ahead and just jump right in. Okay, starting off with Asta. You know, this art style looks very familiar already. Was it the first opening? Yeah, I think it was. Ah, Kajiwara. Dude, you got some legit pipes, man. Honestly, I'm thoroughly impressed. Oh, Asta, maybe an internal conflict right there? Or maybe that was the visualization of the devil? Gotta have Sister Lily. This definitely has a more energetic beat to it. God, I wish I fucking knew what he was saying. Okay, we're seeing a bunch of embossed images. Okay, I like how they ended. Okay, so first and foremost, that was pretty fucking good. Visuals, it's an ending, so obviously they put all their budget to the fucking opening. You can actually tell opening 12 got a majority of the budget, but this one is very visually stylized after, I believe it was opening 1. And it's kind of serendipitous to have Kajiwara sing in this ending, so it's pretty cool. I really do dig that. As far as the actual audio though, it had power to it. It had an intensity that the first one was a little bit lighter tone. This one obviously steps it up a notch. And once again, I have to say, dude, you got fucking pipes, man. You got fucking pipes. You got this shit. Now, as far as the actual visuals go, though, let's go ahead and start breaking it down. So we obviously start off the classic Asa, get in front of the 5-leaf clover. We get some images of, I believe it's all the black bulls. We do see a lot of, I don't know if it's magic or just a lot of, I'm assuming it's magic. I mean, we see some flowers here. We see some swords coming up. We see chains. We see rocks and shit. So it's not just nature. I think it's depicting some magic. When we go from that, we see Asta is chasing after someone, and if you pause it, it kind of does look like him in the distance, and eventually in a future scene, we see him meet somebody, so we'll hold off on talking about that now and until we get to there. The next one gives us a nice depiction of the Demon Slayer sword, as well as the 5-leaf grimoire, Asta's, main accoutrement. It is very nice to get an actual good example of what his grimoire looks like. Every time they depict it in the anime, it's just so dark, so dingy that there's no detail to it, but you can actually see it in this. You actually see that there is a 5-leaf clover. I'm not saying there wasn't, I'm just saying it's hard to depict an actual anime, but this one gives us a pretty good look, and it does show us how aged and old this fucker really is. I mean, think about it, it's 500 fucking years old, so I mean, yeah, it's seen some shit. The next scene actually gives us, once again, Asta's swords, as well as Captain Yami's katana in the background. Then we literally flow into Captain Yami, Finral, and Yuno, and they're all kind of like facing outwards, like we're seeing their backs. I'm not 100% sure if that means this is going to focus primarily on these 3 characters, but seeing how, like I said, how we saw Captain Yami's katana, that kind of makes sense, as well as Yuno's pendant coming up. I mean, we see some shit. The devil is obviously the next fucking scene, like going with the following the footsteps, getting the devil, and then obviously Asta coming face to face with Asta. Is this trying to depict the devil within? I'm not 100% sure. Is this showing some kind of internal conflict? Who knows? Is this literally a representation of him talking to the devil, or is just this trying to disseminate his actual devil side? Like, I'm not 100% sure where they're going with this. We do see some awesome magic circles, and like I said, are they Zora traps? Are they something else? I mean, they're very Full Metal Alchemist. Follow that up, we do get a nice glimpse of Sister Lily, the chains, Yuna's pendant. We get this like little ball of energy. So I'm assuming this is showcasing more magic. That's why I said at the very beginning, like this is just, I'm assuming it's magic. Once again, all we see is Yuno from the back, while either petals or feathers are flying everywhere, rounding out this last actually animated sequence with Asta, voiced by Kajiwara, just yelling at the screen. I don't know what the fuck he says. A lot of intensity in that though, and I'm assuming he's yelling at Yuno. The last couple images we're getting are like the embroidered, photoshopped, filtered sequence of shit we've already seen. We see Yami, we see, you know, Henry going in on full helicopter rocket hideout mode, Zora, Sekre, and the whole gang, obviously ending out on the title screen. Yeah, them jumping back and forth is a little disconcerting. I can't tell if they're trying to paint a narrative. The first one didn't have any quote unquote spoilers or Easter eggs, whatever you want to call them. I mean, they're not technically spoilers until you point them out as spoilers, so let's call them drops. I didn't see any drops in the opening. I don't see any drops right now. The story I'm assuming they're trying to depict though is that Asta maybe has some kind of confrontation with his own devil. Like, I have been under the impression, like, you can go watch past videos, that the only way for him to get stronger, because he doesn't actually have mana, would be not only to get physically stronger, but also maybe utilize more of the anti-magic, but allowing more of the devil in might be a double-edged sword. Yeah, you'll gain power, but eventually will there be a tipping point where you just lose fucking control? I don't know, but it does look like he's maybe either has an internal conflict with himself or the actual devil within, as he literally is chasing after himself and confronts himself, and he's in black form. So that's how we do have a lot of magic going on. Once again, we see chains, pendants, flowers, the swords, rocks, just some random shit going everywhere. It is kind of weird how they only focused on Yami, Frenril, Yuno. We did get a glimpse of Sister Lily, so I don't know. It's weird. Is this trying to depict something later on in the series? Like, you know, like they love to give us drops about upcoming shit, like, or is this one depicting what we're gonna get in the last half, the last bit, or the next part of this anime only, you know, the filler arc? Like, I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, there's a lot more to disseminate with this, and there's a lot more conjecture compared to the first one. First one, I didn't see anything. First one was badass, but I saw no drops. This one, there's a lot to interpret. Like I said, with that fucking devil though, I don't know. Oh, I fucking loved it. I mean, that's pretty fucking badass. Not to mention, you gotta give props to Kajiwara, like going out there, doing, you know, possible Clover x Clover. Maybe that gave him the inspiration to actually pursue this. And like I said, rumor has it they actually may be pursuing a career in this. So hopefully that doesn't take away from his actual voice acting. I mean, he is the voice of Asta. There is no replacing him at this. But yeah, props on you, man. Props on you. This was fucking good. The art, nice callback to OP1. So yeah, I loved it. It's a pretty good ending. Where does it stack up? Nah, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, if you guys really do want to go look at it, I already did my top 5 favorite endings. After a couple more, you know, rewatches of this, will it have to make a new one? I don't know, but I mean, they're gonna have fucking 50 endings and 50 openings before this shit's over with. So maybe we'll have a penultimate, my ranking every single one in order. I have no fuck clue, but yeah, today's episode was badass opening, badass ending, and I really did like how the actual episode focused on Yuno and the Golden Dawn transitioning from squad to family. Anyways, guys, in the comments below, let me know what you think. Did you like it? What do you think of Kajiwara's performance? What do you think Asta confronting Asta was about? Like, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. And with that, I gotta say, I honestly cannot wait for future episodes.